Telecommunication Union in 2020 aimed to support industry players in the development of their internal child online protection policy. The guideline highlights key areas such as integrating child rights consideration into all appropriate corporate policy and management processes, developing standard processes to handle child sexual abuse material, creating a safer and age-appropriate online environment, and educating children, carers, and educators about children's safety. We really hope that this meeting today will serve as a starting point for a series of events to engage private sector on issues around child online safety, build their capacity in this area, and introduce them to the regional and international leaders in this field for cross-country learning. After the roundtable, we will be very honored for the industry actor here to sign a pledge for child online safety. This pledge will be a commitment to engage in further intervention around child online safety, foster stronger partnership, and lay the foundation for framework commitment such as MOU, codes of conduct to be co-developed in the future.
A new breed of cyber and computer-related crimes has emerged, and this is also impacting on us as law enforcement officers. What does this mean to us? It means that now we have got new crimes that are being committed, new crimes that maybe the law cannot address. We've got new crimes such as sextortion, from extortion, where the person is extorted for some service, where you are coerced to give in a service, or is it money, or is it your property? That's extortion. Now for sextortion, you are now coerced into doing some sexual acts. So that's the form of sextortion I'm talking about. We've got sexting. People now, they are very free on the internet. They can text sexually suggested messages. And these are also affecting our young children. There's also cyberbullying, and also the most worrisome is the online grooming of children on the internet. Children are being groomed to become sexual objects for the offenders who are more into children. So the cyberspace and these various gadgets has brought in a new heinous twist to sexual abuse and exploitation in general, and to child sexual abuse in particular. The cyberspace has created an environment where crimes of sexual abuse can permanently circulate discreetly and repeatedly offend the survivor of abuse. They don't age. Once the image is on the internet, it will circulate for as many times as it is downloaded, and it will not age. So if a child was molested at the age of 5, that child, even now when they are grown up, they will remain 5 years, and people will continue to circulate.
Primary consideration. We come back to this time and time again. Throughout everything we talk about in the policy, in the research, and the recommendations, and code of conduct, is about what is in the best interest of children. It says that opportunities provided for the digital environment play an increasingly crucial role in children's development and may even be vital for children's life and survival, particularly in situations of crisis. Again, coming back to COVID and lockdown and looking at how technology has in many instances been critical for children's right to education and to life. Play, for many children, has shifted online. So what it means to be a child has changed fundamentally in many ways. It also says that state parties should promote awareness of and access to digital means for children to express their views and offer training and support to children. Something that's going to become very critical for industry, I think in my view, is how industry engages with children and how can industry offer that sort of training and support in ways that's aligned with the mandate and what it is that they do. So those are the 4 guiding principles, the 4 kind of lenses set out by the General Comment number 25. Based on that, for the policy, we came up with 4 guiding principles. These are principles that cut across the entire policy.
Our industry guideline focusing on protecting children in all areas against all risks of the digital world, it becomes very difficult to protect against all risks, but we try our best. The guideline that we put in place highlights good practices for the industry and stakeholders that can be considered in the process of drafting, developing and managing businesses and protecting children online and measures. So this is just an identification of good practices and measures that you could look into consideration as you develop frameworks for the country. We know that the industry has a major role to play. Your role is in helping to promote awareness of online safety agenda to the wider community. The industry has a role of providing a channel for participation and engagement for young people. The industry has a role to offer safe and secure online experience throughout the use of their services. And most importantly, we know that the industry knows more than us policymakers or people in the development community. You know, you set into place these measures, the texts and all. So it is your role also to guide the policymakers, the development community in putting in place and understanding the requirements for our safety of our children in future and strategies that need to be adopted. So when we talk about industry, who are we talking about? We're talking about internet service providers, we're talking about social network and messaging gaming platforms, hardware and software platform manufacturers. We talked about how gadgets need to also have features for safety. Companies providing digital media content, creating digital media content and hosting. The PS talked about how we engage the broadcasting as well and video makers. Companies providing streaming services, companies offering digital files and storage. The issue of filing and storage of data is very important, as also protection has to go to extend along data protection and for children. So what are the key areas for protecting and promoting children? One of the key areas is that we need to integrate child rights consideration in all appropriate corporate policies for the industry and management processes. We need to develop standards and processes to handle sexual abuse of children and material. We need to create a safer, age-appropriate environment for children. We need to educate children, carriers, parents, everyone in the ecosystem about this need for children's safety, their responsibility, and we also have to promote digital technology as a mode of creating civic engagement.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.